So let's talk first about arm lock, how arm lock can happen from a standing position, right? So what happens sometimes, like if you saw Frank Shamrock versus Kevin Jackson in UFC, like, I don't know, it was a long time ago, right? Kevin Jackson was like an Olympic level wrestler, and he had shot a single on Frank Shamrock, and he had the leg, right? And what they do in wrestling sometimes is they hold the head, because this prevents them from countering the single by turning away and flipping. See? So what Kevin Jackson had done, he had shot a single, he had got the single, and then he was at a wrestling instinct holding the head. Because he's thinking, okay, this is going to stop him from turning away and fleeing, right? But the thing is, when you do this, it puts the other person in an absolutely perfect position to just sit and do an arm lock, right? Here, just sit down and do an arm lock. See what I mean? And he gets the UFC belt. So that's the first one, right? I'll show you a second version of that. This one is a development of that, right? So item one, or move one, the guy has a single. That's the worst shot of a single ever. I was drinking last night, okay? There you go, he gets the head, and there's the arm, right? Yeah, we'll do it again. See, there you go, oh, damn, he gets the UFC belt, right? The second one, anytime a guy's holding your head, right? Anytime a guy's holding your head, it doesn't matter what else is happening. You have the opportunity to armbar. And like, some people years ago would do flying arm locks, Rumina Sato. I'm sure, I don't know, other people. Rumina Sato was the guy that really made the case to CJ. Right? But I'm like, you know, I was never a flying arm lock kind of guy. And now I'm 50, so I'm like, hey, flying arm locks, maybe no. You know? But you can still do what I call a sitting arm lock, right? Where this person's, they're kind of exposed here. In the same way, if they were lifting this, you could sit an arm lock and we just sit like this. From here, you can just sit down. You put this there. You understand? So it's effectively the same thing, but this time, instead of him plucking it and lifting it for wrestling instinct-related reasons, you're just doing it because it's awesome. And you're not flying into the air like rolling a dice on your spine. Maybe I'm going to be paralyzed. You know what I mean? And I've seen that. I've seen a guy do a flying arm lock, knock himself out, and as he falls back, the other guy armbars him. And then his arm breaks as he is unconscious. And then he wakes up to see his arm all broken to bits. Anyway, so the guy puts his hand in your head, right? And the little voice in your head says, you can do an arm lock! Jump! And you're like, I'm not going to jump. Go on and jump! No, I'm not going to jump. Well, then at least just sit down. Okay, fine. Here, open this up. And this has to be a good place. You see what I mean? So you put your leg up into that and you just sit down. And you fall to the side, the leg over the face, you make him fall on his back. You know, thumb up, knees together, heels in, champion. Okay, so practice those two. The first one he's holding your heel. The second one you're just putting up there. But it's effectively the same arm lock. Okay? Go!